Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure running on Nintendo Switch. Okay, I think we finished this one, right? Yeah, that one's done. This one says long, this one says short. This one says long. I think we'll do this one, because that's just a monster hunt.
Yosh, 行くか。どこに行こうかな。さあ、行くぞ。到着だ。
No, okay. Strong enough just to kill him on the overworld. Didn't think that was going to happen for a long time, actually. Okay, so it was near mains. Yeah, I do wish I had a more modernized map where the overworld map could also track locations, so I wouldn't have to guess where this encounter needs to be. Oh, that's right. I didn't really heal anyone. Oh no, they can just one hit you. Okay.
Nice fight!
Have I never gone this way in this game? Get the first and the second game confused, and this game confused a lot because they share the same areas.
よしやってや
私のそこ行きます。そこです。これで一安心です。みんなチャンスよ。そこです。任せて。
任せてくれ。おっしゃ
行きます。
よしスト俺のだ
さてそこ行きま
世話が焼ける俺の番だな迎撃完了みんな先に進もうやっと
かかってきなさい。そこです。
俺の番だ行くぜ行くぞ伊藤迎撃完了みんな先に進もうやってやよっしゃ畳みかけるぞよしってや俺の番ま、これが実戦の差ってやつかね
Bamboo rod? That gonna be any good? Oh no, that's a fishing pole. What am I doing? Runic robe. God, it's such a big hit in defense, though. Yeah, I can't do that. They get hit too often to drop defense down for any reason.
Yosh! 一気に行くぞ俺の
今のはみんな
任せてくれやってや
さて良いデータが取れました。
やってや
敵接近狙い撃ちそこです。
よしってやみんな大丈夫か
Okay, not this way. Fresh picked leaf. Where is this thing? So it's just outside Mainz. I'm just outside Mainz. Lying descriptor.
おっしゃ
はいそこです。
よし行くぜ
私の番ね。そこみんな怪我はない？
Oh, we already got regenerated. Wow.
みんなやっとその程度じゃ俺たちは止められない
How old is this thing? It's a freaking lie. It's not your mains at all. Did I read that wrong? Dangerous monster Megalobat has been sighted in the old deserted mine outside Mains. Oh, okay, in the mine. So now I wish I could just warp to the location instead of having to walk that way.
さあ始めましょう。
俺の
私の番。えい。
任せてくれ
Again, sort of a weird feature not to have. I mean, this was a Vita game, so it's not like it was, you know, not capable of doing such a thing. This mine, the old mine? Key to the old mine is locked. One monster request says the target's in the old mine outside of town, but it looks like we can't get in. Perhaps we should consult with Mayor Bixen beforehand then. Damn it, Mayor. Why you make this difficult on me? I mean, the only reason why these monsters are okay to fight is to build up your meter. Outside of that, it's kind of a waste of time. But they do need a full CP meter. Might as well do it on easy enemies. Easy or difficult enemies, it doesn't matter. We replaced the gate at the old mine after the last one was damaged. Speaking of, would you mind holding onto this for me, just in case? See, old mine key. Are you sure this is alright? We are outsiders, after all. I know I can trust you, SSS folk. Should your investigation take you there for any reason, feel free to enter. We recently replaced the ladder, so it should be easier to move around inside. Thank you. We'll make sure to keep this key safe. Use lock, or use the key.
成可能。始めましょう。
行くぜ。ぜ
行くぞ。
私の番ね。
行くぞ。えっは。
さてとそこ守りたいこのクロスベルを。
せっは。
Well, jeez.
やっは。せっは。せっや。やっや。やっは。えいっと。えいっや。やっや。やっは。
みんなチャンスよ。そこです。
行くぞ。いと。
行くぜ。はっ。
今だわ。みんな行きます。
任せてきてや。よし、上出来だ。セット。セット。やっや。やっと。せっは。えいっや。やっや。やっと。やっや。ストップ。えいっや。
Go all the way through this whole thing again. Wow. But right at the
敵
end.
接近注意してください。
任せてやった。
えや
Come on, really?
おっしゃ。
Could have put it near the entrance.
はい
We have gone through this before in the previous game and in this game. We really wanted to reuse this place.
えいっや。せっは。ストップ。やった。えいっと。
よっしゃ。畳みかけるぞ。
俺の番と。ふう。みんな大丈夫か。
I mean, this place doesn't even have a map.
えいっは。やっや。えいっや。セット。えいっは。やっと。やっと。やっは。スピャ。えいっと。えいっは。えいっと。
Is it here? Jeez, it really is at the end of the map.
手強いぞ。気をつけろ。
了解です。
俺の
さて
3 or 3. 3.
ガンナーのオーバルトラッキー
任せてくれ
Oh jeez, that did nothing.
これで決まり
行くぜ。
私の番ね気高き力となきエアリア行きますえい
俺の番だ
さてえい
任せてくれとまだまだいける
やったわ
Look at that, it was hiding a craft book. I think this one is geared towards Tio and Noel's weapon of choice. Shall we begin testing it, Noel? I'm game if you are. Let's do this, Tio. Okay, they learned Blast Hammer. I can't believe they put it all the way at the end. So wrong, man. Like I said, we did this dungeon already. Yeah, he's doing it again. No new treasures added. Okay, so that one's done. Which one's this one? Restaurant in Central Square, and then this one is... Let's go to the reception desk. Crossbell News Service, okay.
えいはえいと よし行くかどこに行こうかなさあ行くぞよし着いたぞ
Welcome to the Crossbell News Service. Oh, hello there, SSS. Are you here on official business? Good morning, yeah. We came to follow up on the request from the CNS. It was something about needing help with a gourmet guide. Of course. Thank you all for coming. Are you able to start the request right away? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can begin whenever. Understood. If I could just have you wait on the second floor, then the staff member in charge of the request will tell you the details. Hello, hello, my dearest SSS. Sorry to keep you waiting. I had a feeling it was going to be you, Grace. The probability was high from the start. Well, don't sound so disappointed. Can't you show at least a little enthusiasm? It's been forever since our last collaboration. If I recall correctly, your previous support request sent us on a trip all across the state. Wait, just what are you planning to have us do this time? The request said something about gathering material for a gourmet guide, no? You know it. I've got a proposal from the Crossbell Business Owners Association a while back. Apparently, they were inspired by Mayor Croy's efforts. Long story short, the CNS is teaming up with them to put out a gourmet guide. In conjunction with the Business Owners Association? What does that entail? Basically, they plan to feature the best eating establishments in Crossbell State. And in addition to the coverage, each place is going to offer discounts and other details to readers. You know how it is. Keep Crossbellian Mira local and all that jazz. Pretty nifty little plan, wouldn't you say? I think I get it. That sounds pretty innovative. Sure, but let's get to the chase. Part of this guide is going to feature gourmet recommendations from some of Crossbell's most prominent figures. like Maribel Croy from the IBC, for example, or Eliath, Theodore, and Eugene from Ark and Seal. The goal is to get people talking by having some of Crossbell celebrity citizens share their #1 picks. And that's where the SSS comes in. You'll be taking part 2. That is quite the request. I can't deny that it's piqued my interest. But does the SSS really belong in a lineup like that? I ain't too keen on either. It's always nice to be shoulder to shoulder with Ilya and Maribel, don't get me wrong. But I don't think we're going to be drawn in readers the same way they will. Let's not mince words here. We're the filler. No way! You can't seriously think that, can you? You guys have been blowing up. You've got real fan base these days, you know? In fact, we've been getting lots of requests for lurid candidates of your everyday lives. Please don't. I'm just joking. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you guys are popular in your own right. If that wasn't the case, I never would have asked you here in the first place. Fair enough. What would you like us to do then? So you're on board? Good. Now let me give you the deets. First, you're going to head to whatever restaurants or food carts you can think of and try their fare for yourselves. What I want from each of you is to find a dish that speaks to your soul. It's got to be the bee's knees and nothing else. After that, I'll have you write a little article on your findings here at the CNS. So we have to go to eateries around the state and choose our personal favorites among them. One problem though, what if one of us doesn't come across anything they like? Have some faith, Noel. You know how big Crossbell is. I'm sure you can find at least one thing that tickles your taste buds. But if it really comes down to that, I'll just have to write you a little something about the spots you checked out. That's only the last resort. Ideally, all 6 of you should have a favorite dish to introduce to our readers, which means we're headed to at least 6 different places. Anything we should look out for, or avoid maybe? Let me think. Oh yeah, sorry, but everything at Michelin has already been covered by someone else, and someone else is doing the bars. Other than that, knock yourselves out. What a shame. That takes Trinity off the list too. Too bad. I'm sure Abbas will be disappointed to miss out on all those potential new customers. Sorry, Wazzy. I'll put in a word for it with the guys handling the bars. Oh, and I've already gotten in contact with all the eligible spots, so don't worry about the tab. We're paying. As long as you identify yourselves, they'll be happy to serve you their signature samples. That sounds lovely, so we just have to try 6 places minimum, excluding bars or anything in Michelin. The main challenge is going to be pacing ourselves. We'll need to eat quite a lot for every one of us to find a favorite. Yeah, there's no rush. Take your time and savor everything Crossbell has to offer. Once you're all done, I'll return to the CNS, so you can report your findings. If I'm not in, just let Tria know, and I'll get back to the office in a jiff. Got it. We'll get started then. Okay, so this one is going to take a long time. I don't even know of all the places to eat around here. Hey, I tried the best noodles in the land. You're at the right place. Yeah, I guess so. We're with the special sports section and we're here about our request. Guess let's explain their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. Oh yeah, that whole deal. You're in luck, officers. I'm about to let you sample the very best my cart has to offer, and best of all, it's on the house. I call these the heavenly noodles. Eat up, ladies and gents. What a comforting presentation. The deep fried broth. The deep red broth tells me this is going to have a kick, and maybe a punch and a chop while it's at it. Aw, come on, give it a chance. Get past the heat and your taste buds will be flying right up to cloud 9. It'll probably feel more like a Gehenna instead of our tongues on fire. Well, here goes nothing. Lloyd and the others ate the heavenly noodles. Hey, you're right. It's spicy, but with a deep, complex tang. I won't deny that it's delicious. My only concern is how hard it is to eat without splashing the broth everywhere. Good point. I don't think that'd be an easy stain to get out. It's always the ladies that are telling me these things. I say that if you get to enjoy the best darn noodles under Adiosa's sky, then who cares about a few stains? Damn straight. Randy. There's a whole world of rich flavors just beyond this bowl's spicy horizons. Combine that with these perfect supple noodles dancing on the broth, and you've got something only a real man could appreciate. This is it, Azelle, my man. This is the path of the noodle you've been telling us about. Yes, you finally get it now. Cherish it, young one. That's true enlightenment you're tasting. As a reward, I shall teach you the recipe that served as the foundation for these very same noodles. Master it and open the eyes of all your friends. Learn peddler's noodles. Oh, hey, thanks, Azelle. Randy was really into that dish. I guess that settles who's writing the piece about this place. food carts and restaurants. Hey there, can I interest you in some juice? Sorry, miss, but we're with a special sports section and... explained. Oh, with that thing? Yeah, I remember hearing about it. How about this then? It's acerbic tomato soda, my latest product. As in the acerbic tomato? Well, that's what I said. It's the latest and greatest iteration of my acerbic tomato juice. The soda masks the bitterness a little. That way even acerbic tomato haters can enjoy its benefits. I see. You really got to do this, Lloyd? This might be the end of the SSS. You know the risk of being in the police force, Randy. Every day could be your last. Just try your hardest to keep it down. Lloyd and the team drank the acerbic tomato soda. Everyone recovered 50 CP. Oh, wow. I'm dying. Not before me, you aren't. The carbonation only serves to intensify the Gehenna-made concoction. You think so? Sounds like there's still a lot of room for improvement then. Anyway, the bellberry juice should work as a nice palate cleanser. Here. Drink the bellberry juice. Oh, that's absolutely delicious. What a stark contrast to the bitter draught that tomato juice was. This one's probably the better choice for the gourmet guide as far as anyone with taste buds is concerned. Like I said, I don't even remember all the places. I mean, where? There's a lot of places. I think. Hey there, creating some ice cream today? Well, that's actually what we came to ask about. You see, we're with the special sports section. Blah, blah, blah. So, you're the ones on the job, eh? The CNS already told me a bit about it. I've been ready for this. So, without further ado, allow me to recommend my one and only septic-colored sherbet. Whoa, now that sounds good. It's my newest creation, a frozen blend of several delectable flavors all at once. I've even added bits and pieces of candy that burst in your mouth. The texture is an experience you'll never forget. I see, we'd love to try it. You eat it. Munch. It's cool and delicious. The presentation is cute too, and I see what you mean about the texture. The candy just explodes on my tongue. Looks like it's a hit with the ladies of the SSS. Oh, you sure about that? Teotot looks like she got hit with a bad case of brain freeze. No, not quite. I was simply too shocked for words. The thrill of the popping candy, the creamy, refreshing coolness, and the perfect balance of flavors harmonizing on your palate like an optimized quartz loadout. This is it, the beginning of the sherbet revolution. My apologies. Perhaps I went a bit overboard. Safe to say this one is Theo's new favorite. Do you think you could write a bit about it for the gourmet guide? Yes, I would give it a sterling 5 out of 5 recommendation. I'm glad you liked it so much. Be sure to come back sometime. I have plenty more where that came from. Let's see, this is a residential district. There won't be anything here. What about the back alleys? I don't know if there's any food here. Yeah, these are all bars, right? We can try the restaurant here. We have other business here as well. Look. Haha, you have a keen eye, Margaret. Forgive me if I'm being out of line, but you truly are wasted on your husband. Oh, Clyde, you always have such a way with words. That's the man we were told about, and sure enough, he's with the Vice Commissioner's wife. So, this is Clyde, is it? He doesn't look like any host I've ever met before. We should grab a seat nearby so we don't call any attention to ourselves. There's a chance we'll manage to find something out. Understood. Let's split up and sit at different tables then. Oh yes, I looked over that pamphlet from before. And after seeing these photos, well, I just about fell in love on the spot. Haha, did you now? Perhaps the two of us could go and visit sometime then. If you'd like, I could even arrange for a room at the hotel. Oh, now, there's no need for that. I've already gone. The view was just magnificent. Not a single thing to complain about. That's wonderful. And it certainly simplifies things too. Now we can move the plans forward a bit and... they do seem comfortable around each other. It sounds like they're planning a trip to Michelin together. Still, something seems off. To start, the guy's being way too much of a kiss-ass. We still don't have any decisive evidence yet, though. Keep listening in, then. Well now, with that out of the way, I'll just be excusing myself. Of course, of course. Oh, and I'll see you again at the club? Haha, at Noir Blanc in the entertainment district? Yes, you can expect me there, ma'am. Wouldn't want to keep you from what you've been dreaming of any longer than necessary. I can hardly wait. I guess the date is over. We should... what should we do, Lloyd? We have yet to find anything concrete. Yeah, let's keep telling them. Randy, Wazzy, I'll go after Clyde. Ellie, Tio, and Noel, you three follow Margaret. Make sure you don't get spotted no matter what. Understood. Oh, let's blow this joint. Things are heating up nicely.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Clyde. I brought what we discussed.
Clyde received a briefcase.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. So, how did things go?
Well, very well, actually. She's been quite enthusiastic about the idea. We'll be closing the deal later at Noir Blanc.
Haha, that's good to hear.
Well, it's almost time for the next cruise ship to leave. I'll head back to Michelin and make sure everything is in order. It's all up to you now, Clyde. Secure this contract and it'll rocket you straight to the top of the firm. I won't let you down, sir. Okay, Clyde, you've got this. There he goes. Guy sure is fired up. From the sound of it, he's meeting up with the Vice Commissioner's wife at Noir Blanc. What should we do now? No need to keep handling him now that we've got what we need, right? Yeah, let's contact Ellie and the others. We should regroup at Police HQ for now. I think we have just enough to nail down who this Clyde person really is. Afterward, Lloyd contacted Ellie and the others, who started shadowing the Vice Commissioner's wife. They decided to meet at the police department to relay the information to the Vice Commissioner.
Well, how'd the investigation go? Has my wife been having an affair with a host or what?
Please calm down, Vice Commissioner. Ellie, what happened when you trailed Miss Margaret? Well, we watched her as closely as we could, but we didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She eventually went back home to the residential district. And she didn't meet with anyone else on the way. However, she does plan to meet this Clyde person at the Noir Blanc later.
What? What does he think he's doing, taking my wife to a seedy place like that? Oh, that's the last straw. I'll assemble an entire SWAT team and storm Noir Blanc.
I told you to calm down, Vice Commissioner.
The last thing you want to do is send armed forces there. You know, considering who owns the place. Well, what am I supposed to do then? For every second we waste, that host gets closer to stinking his lecherous fangs into my Margaret.
I don't think you have to worry about her falling prey like that. At least not as far as hosts are concerned.
What do you mean?
Ozzy had it figured out from the start. But I don't think this Clyde is a host at all.
Pardon me? Well, if he isn't a host, then what in Adios's name is he?
Salesman? From what we could tell, Clyde is most likely a salesman. A salesman?
Going off his speech patterns, it did sound like he wanted to sell something, just not his body or a good time.
Exactly. His attitude in itself is proof that he's anything but a host. Gentlemen such as myself work hard to give lonely madams a brief reprieve from their otherwise painfully mundane lives.
A top-class host escorts his lady with courtesy, but he would never humiliate himself, or he would never humble himself more than necessary. We aren't there to grovel. I don't know if I'd put it quite like that, Wazzy, but my conclusion is more or less the same. From what I could tell, Clyde and your wife didn't look at all like they were having an affair. If pushed, I'd say they'd come off more as a buyer and a seller. That's the impression I got, anyway. Seeing as they've met several times now, it wouldn't be unreasonable to say they're working on a business deal of some kind. Even if this is true, just what sort of purchase is he sweet-talking my wife into? Well, if we keep running with this theory, I think we can figure out what kind of salesman he is. Clyde most likely deals in jewelry, real estate, stocks and bonds. Well, not jewelry. Real estate. So he was trying to sell her a property. Now that you mention it, Michelin came up during their conversation at Vingsep. At first I thought it was about a vacation, but that pamphlet suggested otherwise. Yeah, it's probably promoting upscale properties for sale in Michelin. Plus, after we tailed him to the Harbor District, Clyde received something from a man in a suit. That's right. The way they spoke to each other gave me the sense that it was his boss. He might have been delivering him a contract of some sort that needed her signature. We piece this all together. Clyde is a real estate agent who's been in talks with your wife about buying a property. And it's going along smoothly. Miss Margaret was so receptive she even went to Michelin herself to scope out the location. Assuming this is all true, it will explain why she's been meeting with this man so often. Yeah, it's all starting to fall into place. And today they entered the final negotiations, which means the contract will be signed during their meeting at Nuit Blanc. Yes, I think I get the gist of it now. Wait a second. That would mean Margaret is trying to buy property in Michelin without even consulting me, wouldn't it? I'm not made of money. Does she know how little a vice commissioner makes? Just how does that woman expect to scrounge up that kind of mirror? Maybe she took out a loan? That is a possibility. He may have even convinced her to take out an unreasonably large one. This is worse than I could have imagined. I know what I must do. I'm going to storm into Nuit Blanc myself. I'm not going to let this snark swindle my wife right underneath my nose. I'll give this Clyde a piece of my mind and drag Margaret out of there if that's the last thing I do. Thus spoke the henpecked husband. I feel like we just flipped some horrible switch inside of him. I'll tell you what, we're already there, so why don't we all go and lend you a hand? It wouldn't be wise to charge into Nuit all by your lonesome, don't you think? You can't argue with that, but is that really the reason you want to go? You have a real penchant for chasing drama, you know that, Wazzy? I haven't the slightest clue what you mean. Regardless, if we don't hold him back, I highly doubt anyone else will. Yeah, we don't got much choice. I'm not too stoked about it, but I think I can get us into the place. Well, pal Zax is probably on bouncer duty at the door right about now. What the devils are you all mumbling about over there? I'm headed for Nuit Blanc, and you're coming with me. That's final. Yes, sir. And that's what's up. Think you can let us squeeze on by, Zax? Oh, and we'll want to keep this secret from Shirley and Uncle Sigmund, but I'm sure you already know that part. I was just wondering when you'd show up again. Didn't think it'd be just as an errand boy, though. You really have lost your touch, huh, Commander Randolph? Just like the young miss said. Stop calling me that already. I guess Randy must know this Jaeger. Nope. All right. I'll look the other way this once. Think of it as a little favor from me to you. Just don't stir up any trouble inside, got it? I won't say a peep about the young miss or the vice leader either. Sound good? Just dandy. Well, I played my part. Looks like they haven't arrived yet, so you better get inside if you're going to ambush them. I think I'm going to sit this one out, though. That's fine. We should keep a lower profile anyway. Well, I'm going in one way or another. Now, decide amongst yourselves who else will be joining me. Someone's worked up about this. His bravado has carried him too far to back down now. I'll go. I've been looking forward to this since we took his request. The Vice Commissioner, Lloyd, and myself should be plenty, yes? Yeah, that should work. The rest of us will remain here on standby then. Make sure to contact us with your enigmas if you need backup. Will do. Okay, you two, let's head inside. Yes, in we go. Okay, we've requested that your wife and that man be seated at the table over there once they enter the club. I see. That'll do just fine. If it turns out he really is some crooked real estate agent, I'll see to his arrest myself. Believe me when I say I'd love to see that. Don't look now, but I think that's them over there. Excuse me, I have a reservation for 2 under Clyde? Ah, yes, right this way, sir. My, but this is a fancy club. Oh, this is your first time visiting Margaret? I think you've already seen everything Crossbell has to offer with your husband so high up in the police. Oh, please, that's a riot. He may be a vice commissioner, but his salary is peanuts. He'd much rather drink the night away with some hostess in a dingy bar than take his own wife out to dinner. My apologies, then. It may only be noon, but allow me to kickstart the proceedings by buying you a drink. I'd be happy to accept. Don't worry, Vice Commissioner. Quite you. I don't need you telling me what to do. So what if this snooty little tap room is beyond my means? A dingy bar suits me better. What's wrong with that? Nothing besides your overwhelming inferiority complex. Bringing him with us was a mistake. Shall we get down to business then? Clyde retrieved what appeared to be a contract from his briefcase. As you requested, the purchase agreement for the villa in Michelin's residential area. Simply sign your name on the dotted line and it's all yours. Oh, how I've been waiting for this moment. I'd be more than happy to sign. We were right, it's a contract for a property at the resort. So, what's the plan now? We still haven't learned whether this deal is on the up and up or not. Stay. Stay away from my wife, you charlatan! What? Pierre? Oh no. This can only go well. What in the world are you doing here? Cancel this deal at once, Margaret. This crooked realtor is swindling you. I beg your pardon? Now hold on just a moment. Crooked? I haven't done anything wrong in the least. Oh, funny joke, comedy man. You can't fool me. Pierre. You're whining and dining my wife, buttering her up into taking some kind of ridiculous loan out on this property, aren't you? Pierre. It'd be a cold day in Genema before I let you sink your grubby claws into us like that. Pierre. Stay silent, woman. As the CPD's vice commissioner, Pierre! I'm sorry, Snookums. That was the quickest surrender I've ever seen. Did you hear that whip crack? You go, Margaret. Goddess, how do I put up with you? You're supposed to be a vice commissioner. How could you so blindly jump to the wrong conclusion and treat this man like a criminal? Have you no shame? Well? Eek, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Hold on, are you saying this is all a misunderstanding? Wait, is it? Well, now I'm hooked. Go on, Margaret, spill the tea and don't leave a drop. Ah, very well. First, Clyde here is a respectable realtor who deals in luxury properties. Your assessment was wrong to begin with. There's nothing crooked about him at all. But I don't understand. We don't have nearly enough funds to splurge for something like that. Actually, I recently took up trading stocks in my spare time, and I've been making a tidy profit ever since. These past few days I've earned more than your salary could in half a decade. Stocks? To be honest, my patience with you has reached its limit. You're a pitiful man who can hardly look at his own wife, his own wife in the eye. Even your position was only earned through luck and connections. And I don't know if it's just so you can avoid being at home with me, but your late night drinking bingers are straining our finances. Whimper. You were in a much better mood when you thought you were the next commissioner in line and the old one was dismissed. But then the other vice commissioner was chosen over you. Your sour grapes have made you grouse and complain incessantly ever since. Isn't that a little harsh, ma'am? Quite honestly, I didn't think I could live with you any longer. That was the reason I consulted Clyde. I hoped to use my earnings to purchase a home for myself. The plan was to separate from you before eventually filing for a divorce. Originally, that is. Yeah! Oh, how come the claws? Now it's getting good. Were you born without the ability to feel compassion? Wait, did you say originally? Huh? I did. You organized all of this because you were afraid of losing me, didn't you? Up to now, you've been too afraid of me to step foot in the house. I'm impressed that you went through with all of this. So tonight, I want you to come home so that we can sit down and talk this through together. Margaret. I'm very sorry, Clyde, but we're going to have to put this purchase on hold. Oh, that can't be, Margaret. We were so close. It's not as if I have canceled the deal entirely. What was wrong with me to negotiate alone? I look forward to discussing this again in the future. Pierre and I may not be separating, but the property still interests me. I'm sure I'll purchase it eventually. I would have preferred to close the deal today, but I suppose I can't force you to sign a contract. I'll just excuse myself then. Turns out Clyde wasn't guilty of anything in the end. It makes me feel kind of bad for suspecting him the way we did. Oh, who cares about his feelings? What matters is that we kept the Vice Commissioner's sinking marriage afloat. I should be going too, Pierre. I'll see you again tonight. We have plenty to discuss, so come home straight after work. Understood? Yes, Nookums. And so he dons the leash yet again. Excellent work today, SSS. We're glad that everything worked out in the end. It's a relief to know your wife wasn't being taken advantage of. Well, that's all well and good, yes, but now I'm going to be paying out the nose for a villa I've never even seen before. Thank the goddess we're not getting a divorce at least. I suppose we can use the new place as a weekend retreat. Margaret did seem charmed by it, for what it's worth. Yeah, man, sometimes you gotta give in and let the lady have what she wants. Besides, the funds are coming out of her own stock market earnings in the first place. Oh, which is a whole different can of worms. How did Margaret even manage to? As if I needed another reminder of how much more capable she is than me. You reap what you sow, as they say. Be it that as it may, as long as I'm still a married man, at the end of the day, I'm grateful. You have my thanks, SSS. Anytime, Vice Commissioner. You can always count on us. We'll just show ourselves out now. Okay. We finished that extra quest. Quest out of nowhere. Was there a food stall here? Oh, this is the juice, right? Yeah, we don't want to do the juice again. There's no food in the harbor district. It was the Chinese restaurant, right? What is this? This is the Bracer Guild. I would like to order something. All of our customers are talking about what happened at the trade conference. What the mayor said? Really, that huge a deal? Yeah. The gourmet guide? Oh yes, Master did mention that. Yeah, he's over in the kitchen. You should go talk to him about it. Can I help you? If you want to place an order, go do it at the counter. Sorry, but we are actually here regarding a support request. Yep. The gourmet guide. Yes, I know of it. This is our midday rush, but I won't turn you away. Find yourself an empty table. We'll be sampling with the pride and joy of Lang Lao, my peerless fried rice. Oh man, I can't wait. Sounds great. We'll go grab some open seats. Boy, then the team ate the peerless fried rice. Delicious. Whew, you really know your stuff, Zhang Hu. I don't think you'd be able to get a masterpiece like this anywhere but Long Lao. Well, I'd better believe it. Fried rice has always been one of my specialties, but I so recently improved upon it. That is why it is peerless. Nothing compares. Chew chomp munch munch. Wow, you aren't kidding. Who would have thought? Who would have ever shot a dish so simple could taste so complex? I used to make fried rice all the time at the barracks, but this is totally different. This is a totally different dish made by a professional. And don't forget to swallow. Damn. Look at her shovel it down the hatch. So long as she enjoys the food, I couldn't care less how she eats it. Would you like seconds? I made plenty to spare. Yes, sir, yeah. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I've never seen Noelle like this. She's like a kid in the middle of a growth spurt. I think we know who's going to handle the Long Lau's write-up. It's all yours, Noelle. I don't remember if there was a food cart. Is there food on the downtown district? I mean, I don't think so. Maybe? Yeah, Trinity isn't included. These are all market stalls, but not restaurants. That's for balloons. Yeah, we didn't eat here yet, so let's eat. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Ving Sept. Do you have a reservation with us? Well, not exactly. We're with the special support section and blah, blah, blah. Oh, I've heard about that. So you're the ones writing the report, are you? Well then, please feel free to sit at any open table you like. If I may make a recommendation, our seasonal herb pasta is absolutely superb. Thank you. We'd love to try it. Lloyd and others seat themselves and sample the herb pasta. Munch, munch. Well, how do you like our chef's specialty pasta? This is delicious. The flavor is rich and intense, but with a light, refreshing afternote. You can taste each and every herb, and the texture is perfectly al dente. Oh yeah, spaghetti in a can, this ain't. One bite, you know it was made by a pro. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. We should bring Kia along with us next time. Sounds like a good idea to me. Thank you for dining with us today. On behalf of all at Ving Sept, we look forward to your next visit. Oh, none of them said that they were as a favorite dish. Okay. Guess there's a bakery? I don't know. Oh, hey, Lloyd, what's up? Bennett baked up a batch of her newest creation. Here, give it a try. Thanks, Oscar. We'll make sure to enjoy it later. But if you wouldn't mind, we actually came to get your help on a support request. Yep. Oh, so that's what they're having you do, huh? Well, I'm flattered. Honestly, I wish I could recommend all of our breads. But if I had to pick just one, I'd have to say the Bennett Supreme I just gave you. Wow, really? Yep. Wish I could recommend my own, but Bennett really nailed it this month. If you're looking for Marcus's finest loaf, this is the one. Hold on just a sec. Oh, hey, Bennett. I was just in the middle of recommending your... What in Adios' name do you think you're doing? I'm not done refining that one yet. And I am not letting my bread go into that gourmet guide until it's at least twice as good as yours. What are you freaking out about? It's already delicious, if you ask me. Whatever. Just don't let me catch you shilling my stuff for me without my say-so again. Got it? Man, I don't get why she always has to go ballistic on me like this. All I said was that her bread was good. Therein lies your answer, my good man. I guess Lloyd wasn't the only lady killer growing up around these parts. Anyway, seeing as Bennett's completely against it, could you maybe recommend something else? I guess I'm going to have to. Alright, how about this? This is my latest creation, the tender cutlet sandwich. Yes, I ate the tender cutlet sandwich. Wow, this really melts in your mouth. Yeah, and the sauce is something else. Great work, Oscar. Thanks, buddy. I'm still developing it, though, so it'll be a while before we actually have it on our shelves. That's a shame. Would it be better not to mention it in the article? Yeah, it's up to you, but I promise to hook you up with the final version once it's done. Well, we'll certainly be looking forward to it. Okay, collected information on 6 entrees. Well, we could go report Grace now if we wanted to. Then again, we haven't found everyone's favorite dish yet. There might be more spots to try. Really, what? I'm struggling to think of what other places there are to eat around here. And there's the general store. I'm in favor of breaking away from Ereboni and Calvard, but at the cost of making them our enemies, that's a harder sell. If only there was some peaceful way to resolve this. Okay, so not there, obviously. Not at the law office. There's no food at the residential district. I mean, I don't think so. It'd be super weird if there was. I don't think there's food at the hotel. Is there food at Orcus Tower? I have no idea. I mean, I don't know of any other place that we've eaten in town. Unless we go out of town. Maybe we go to one of the other neighboring villages? I don't know. This is audap. You've been watching The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure running on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.